Hello, this is the Johnal with the second video in this top 5 series. In this video I'm going to be showing my favorite bow and arrows. So in 5th place is the hollowed repeater. This weapon shoots pretty quick. It does 53 damage. I do have the demonic one, I don't know what that does. It gives it higher damage, so it's probably like 140. So this weapon I used for fighting the twins, I believe, because the first one I killed was actually Skeletron Prime, the first mechanical boss. But after that, I just used this for the twins, and then I used something else. I don't remember what for the destroyer. But yeah, this weapon is really, really good. It's number 5 on my list just because some of these other bow and arrows are just insane. But yeah, the next bow and arrow on this list is the pulse bow. This weapon, this was actually a really hard choice choosing between this one and the next one for 5th place, just because, 4th place and 3rd place, because this one is insane. It bounces off walls, it bounces quite a few times, and I used this to fight Golem the first time, because I was in an enclosed arena, and I just shot this around the room, and it did quite a lot of damage. It does 71 damage, and this has no modifications to it. So I really like this weapon. It helped me fight Golem the first time. So, yeah. Number 3 is the Phantasm. This thing shoots like 3 arrows at a time, I think. But they're not very accurate, but it's kind of cool. Because if you see here, when you're shooting it, it's just a ton of arrows flying from the end of the bow and arrow. It does quite a lot of damage, I believe. 46. It is the frenzying one. So it has minus 16% damage, so it's probably like 50, 60 damage. But I really like this weapon. I used it for Celestial Towers a lot. Yeah. In 2nd place is the Dalius Stormbow. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But it just rains arrows from the sky. You can't see it very well because it's raining. So I'll just go down here. So yeah, it just rains these arrows from... Well, that didn't work. Let's go. It doesn't really matter where we're at. It rains these arrows from the sky. These arrows do 53 damage. That is godly, so it's probably like 40. But it's quite helpful. I used it, or now, if I want to farm different mechanical bosses, I use this for that. It's quite a helpful bow and arrow. And in number 1 is the Godly Tsunami. This weapon is a beast. I defeated so many bosses with this, such as, I used it on Moonlord a little bit, but it's just super helpful for a lot of different bosses. It's helpful for farming bosses, it's helpful for defeating them the first time. It is a drop from, what's his name, Duke Fishron, so maybe a little difficult to get, but quite a nice bow. Now let's go test these all out on Golem. By the way, if you have any questions on how to get any of these weapons in the series, I would just either write it in the comments on any of these videos, and I will try my best to respond to them and tell you guys how to get these weapons, or just go to the Terraria wiki. Alright, we're going to start with the hollowed repeater. I have never fought this thing with the hollowed repeater. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't even know if I can win, but we'll try. It's not looking good. Yeah, you know what? I probably would win. It's probably just going to take forever. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go like this. I would say I probably could win. I just don't want to spend 10 minutes fighting Golem. It's not the best after the mechanical bosses, but it is pretty good. And yeah, let's just finish this off real quick. I didn't want to spend too long just fighting Golem per weapon, so hopefully the next one's a little quicker. There we go. So, yeah, as you can see, that one, it's alright. It's not my favorite. It's one of my favorites, but it's not all that great against Golem. I'm sure it'd be better against other bosses. Pulse Bow is next, I believe. Yeah. Oops. There we go. Alright. This weapon should do a little bit more damage, should make this a little easier. I'm thinking I can just stand here and shoot it straight down because the arrows should bounce back up and do like double the damage to him. I don't take very much damage with solar armor, which is quite nice. I might just end up doing what I did on the last weapon. Bow and arrows aren't the best against this guy. I mean, the pulse bow worked amazing inside the arena because this is my new arena for fighting Golem. Not the best, so I am just going to finish him off with this. I showed this weapon, the Solar Eruption, in my last video if you were curious on like how that is or how to get it or whatever. Go on my last video. Alright, our next weapon will be the Phantasm. I'm pretty sure I can beat it with this thing. Just because you can see how much damage this thing already does. Because of how many arrows it shoots at a time, it's insane. So I'm not going to switch to the Solar Eruption on this one. I'm just going to do this. Because we are doing massive damage, as you can see. Alright, we've almost defeated some of his fists. Ooh, I actually don't know about this. We're doing a lot of damage. I was just standing still for a while though, so that could have been the problem. I think we've almost defeated one of his fists. Or both of his fists, actually. We're closer on one of them. I love about this bow is that it shoots these little like blue arrows that are like homing, which is quite nice. We have had to heal actually twice in this fight, which isn't ideal, but that's alright. I love the little numbers that come up on your damage, because it just shows how many arrows and how much damage this thing actually does. Okay, I actually got to be really careful, because I am losing a lot of health. The next two bows should be a fairly easy fight. And almost dead. There we go. Alright, this one is now dead. And what did we get? We got a Golem mask. We got a lot of potions. Alright, let's start fighting it with our Storm Bow. I don't know how well this works against him. I'm sure it would work quite well if I wasn't on mobile. Probably be a little easier. So I am just going to use the Solar Eruption for this fight. Just because I don't want to spend the whole time. On the next bow and arrow though, the Tsunami, I will fight the whole thing. I just don't want these videos to take forever. It does work pretty well against bosses, like maybe I'll fight the rest with it. It works quite well against some bosses. Golem, probably not the best one it works against. Yeah, let's see. There we go, we got him to his next stage. Yeah, I'll fight the rest of him using this. If I can. If I'm almost, nah, I'll just go like this. That's easier. We got a Staff of Earth, more Golem masks. Whoops. What did I just throw away? Wait, what? Oh, nothing. Alright. We're going to switch back to the Godly Tsunami, and now we'll do this fight. This weapon is pretty darn good against Golem. I mean, just because of how many arrows it shoots. It shoots so many arrows, it just makes any boss fight quite easy. I mean, 5 arrows flying at the enemy at a time for the price of 1 arrow, which is quite nice. Makes this fight pretty easy. So one thing that I actually don't remember that I probably should have looked up before I did this video was how you get a lot of these bow and arrows. The only one I remember how to get was the Phantasm, and it's with the Vortex stuff, I think. It's with the Vortex fragments from the Celestial Pillars. The Pulse Bow, I have no idea. I cannot remember how I got that. And what's the other one? Storm Bow. I'm pretty sure you have to craft it, but I'm really not sure. It's almost to its next stage. That's good. I am rating this the #1 bow and arrow just because it's so helpful. It's good against Golem. It's good against even Moonlord. It's good against just about every boss. I can't really think of a boss it's not good against, other than like maybe Destroyer. It could easily be Eater of Worlds. Alright, it's almost dead. I'm almost dead, but it's almost dead too. There we go. I love how bosses drop hearts. I got a superior possessed hatchet. Well, I don't have very many wizard power cells left. Alright, well that's gonna wrap up this video. If you learned something or enjoyed the video, please write that down in the comments. Thank you so much.